Welcome back to Understanding AI, the crash course you've been waiting for. Mastering the art of AI requires understanding how to create useful, specific, and clear prompts. Today, we're going to be taking a dive into the world of prompts. What are prompts? Prompts serve as the primary communication channel between humans and AI. They guide the AI to understand the context and the specific task at hand, so it can shape its responses accordingly. Prompt engineering is the art and science of formulating inputs, prompts, to elicit desired outputs from AI models. It's pivotal because the quality and nature of the prompt significantly influences the AI's response. The better an AI can respond to your requests, the more it can help you get your job done. Whether that job is writing something for work or school, finding a date online, finding a job, or just finding new ways to have fun. In order to craft or engineer the best prompts to achieve your objectives, it helps to understand how AI interprets your prompts. How AI models interpret prompts. Imagine AI models as super smart librarians. They've read, well, more like scanned, a ton of books. That's the data. When you ask them a question, the prompt, they don't just guess. They remember all these patterns and connections from what they've read. They use this giant web of info to come up with an answer. It's like they're connecting the dots, and the dots are all the information they've ever learned. That's where the term large language model comes from. Generative AI has a large database of language to draw from. Fundamentals of crafting effective prompts. Think of a good prompt as a GPS for AI. Your GPS needs clear, relevant, and specific directions to get where you want it to go. You wouldn't just say drive to your GPS, right? Or even drive to the mall. That's too vague. You could wind up in Minnesota at the Mall of America or at New York City's Hudson Yards. Same with AI. You have to be specific. Tell it exactly what you're after. The task, the context, any special rules or goals. It's all about setting the stage for what you want. Imagine you're ordering a custom-made sandwich at the deli. You wouldn't just say, make me a sandwich. You'd specify, right? I want a turkey sandwich on whole wheat, with lettuce, tomato, and Swiss. No mayo. That's how you should approach prompt design. Be clear. If it's too vague, AI might bring you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when you wanted turkey. The clearer you are, the closer the AI's response will be to what you're looking for. The art of balancing prompts. Sometimes, though, you might want to use AI to boost your creativity. That's when you want to be more open-ended. Let's talk about open-ended versus directed prompts. Open-ended prompts. These are like jazz, free, improvisational, full of surprises. They let AI get creative and broad. You ask, tell me about space travel, and you might get everything from science facts to sci-fi stories. Directed prompts. These, on the other hand, are like classical music. Structured and precise. They're great when you need something specific, like, describe the steps for a moon landing mission. Here, AI sticks to the script. The trick is knowing when to jazz things up and when to stick to the classics. It all depends on what you're in the mood for, a surprise or a specific answer. So, in a nutshell, crafting effective prompts is a bit like being a director in a play. You set the scene, give clear directions, and sometimes let the actors improvise. The better you are at this, the more impressive the performance. Advanced prompt techniques. Think of AI as a new friend you're introducing to your favorite TV show. You wouldn't just throw them into Season 4, Episode 3, right? They'd be lost. Giving AI context is like giving your friend a quick recap. You'd say, okay, so there are these families fighting for a throne, dragons are involved, and watch out for the guy who knows nothing. It's the same with AI. The more background info you give it, the better it understands what you're talking about. It's like setting the stage so that the AI can perform its best. You can also use sequential prompting to break down difficult tasks. Imagine teaching someone to bake a cake. You wouldn't say, make a cake, and leave it at that. You'd break it down, right? First, mix the flour and sugar, then add eggs. That's sequential prompting. For complex stuff, guide AI step by step. It helps the AI not to mix up the flour and the frosting. By breaking tasks into smaller, digestible parts, AI can follow along and do a better job. It's like following breadcrumbs to get to the end of the trail. Use creative prompts for unexpected outputs. Here's where it gets fun. Ever tried asking a child to draw something? They come up with the wildest, most creative ideas. That's what happens when you get playful with AI prompts. Throw something unusual its way, like write a poem from the perspective of a Martian seeing Earth for the first time. It's not your everyday prompt, right? These out-of-the-box prompts can make AI think outside its usual patterns. The results? Often innovative, fresh, and super creative. It's like giving AI a box of crayons and saying, Go wild! Whether it's setting the scene with context, guiding AI like it's following a recipe, or encouraging it to paint outside the lines, these techniques can really spice up AI's moves. Troubleshooting and optimizing prompts. It's not all roses with AI. What if you ask AI something and it gives you an answer that's way out in left field? It's like asking for directions to the nearest coffee shop and you get a history of coffee instead. Misinterpretations, going off topic, or even biases can sneak in when our prompts aren't clear enough. We need to ensure they are as straightforward as asking for directions to the nearest coffee shop that's open right now. Think of prompt engineering like training a puppy or instructing a toddler. It's all about repetition and slight changes. If AI gets it wrong, we don't just throw up our hands. We tweak our question, maybe make it simpler, more direct, or give a bit more context. Troubleshooting and optimizing prompts is a bit like being a teacher, a coach, and a detective all rolled into one. It's about guiding AI, step by step, to be the best conversational partner it can be. AI is fun to play with. Once you learn how to create prompts to get the results you want, the sky's the limit. But unfortunately, humans can unintentionally introduce bias into AI systems. Imagine AI as a sponge. It soaks up everything it's taught, good and bad. When preschoolers see parents modeling less than ideal behavior, they might mimic it. AI is the same. AI learns from data we humans provide, and sometimes we unintentionally slip in our biases. If we only feed AI biased data, even if we don't realize it's biased because it's what we see every day, its responses will reflect that. When crafting prompts, we need to be super careful to include diverse, unbiased inputs. This way, we help AI stay fair and not just mimic the not-so-great parts of our human conversations. Think of prompts as steering wheels for AI. They guide where the conversation goes. But if you're not careful, you might steer right into a storm. Without meaning to, prompts can lead AI down some risky roads, like generating harmful or unethical content. So, how do we craft responsible prompts? It's a bit like being a wise teacher. You've got to be aware of the biases that could sneak into lessons. Think about the wider impact of what you're teaching. Are the prompts encouraging understanding and respect? Are they considerate of different perspectives? It's more than just asking AI to give us answers. It's about shaping those questions so that AI's responses are aligned with our best human values. It's teaching AI not just to answer, but to contribute positively to our world. In essence, prompt crafting is much more than just a technical task. It's a blend of tech know-how, empathy, and ethical responsibility. We're not just programming a machine, we're guiding an entity that learns from us and reflects what we teach. Let's aim to be the best teachers we can be. In tomorrow's Day 5 lesson, get set to discover the world of AI tools. We'll uncover the most popular options and guide you on choosing the perfect fit for your unique needs.